One side of this peninsula is brightly illuminated like a sleepless city. The other half can barely be seen from space. North Korea breeds calls it a socialist paradise. Its citizens are trained to believe that it is the envy of the world. And here's the most disturbing bit: millions of them bought it. Some still do. The Freedom House Freedom on the Net 2023 report lists North Korea as last in the world for internet freedom. Every single year, less than 0.1% of citizens can access the global internet at all. The majority only use Kwangmyong, a domestic intranet heavily filtered for state-approved content, government news, educational materials, and regime-licensed entertainment. One defector, who escaped in 1997, Hyun Seo Lee, said,
"In 1997, the border was a nightmare. I left everything."
She grew up wholly within this bubble of information. Her mind had no idea that anything was different than out there. Not because she was dumb, but none of this was out there. Korean Central News Agency operates all television, radio, and print media. According to the 2014 UN Commission of Inquiry, citizens are legally obliged to participate in political study sessions several days a week, during which state narratives, field-tested and regularly refined by authorities, were verbalized and collectively reproduced under supervision. Listeners receive government-issued citizen radios that are preset. Only without illegal modification can foreign broadcasts even be received. At the heart of this system lies one of modern history's few factories for engineered fealty to one family. All North Korean children grow up understanding that Kim Il-sung created North Korea, that Kim Jong-il was born on a sacred mountain, some say heralded by a double rainbow, and that the inconsolable Kim Jong-un continues an unbroken divine bloodline, not a metaphor. These were presented as literal history in textbooks. In the 1994 case of Kim Il-sung, citizens wept uncontrollably as they processed the news of his passing. Not on compulsion. They had been conditioned their entire lives to love him as a father. Korean school books in the North depict the Korean War as an American invasion beaten back by brave Koreans. South Korea is pictured as a colony of USA in which residents live based on low income. Students come out not just ignorant but actively miseducated, living in a cohesive, logically consistent parallel universe. People have crossed the border illegally into China to bring USB drives with South Korean dramas, foreign films, and news from outside. In a 2017 survey of 250 defectors by the Database Center for North Korean Human Rights, more than 92% had watched foreign media before defecting, and most called it their first moment truly questioning what they were taught. Ju Yang, the defector, told the BBC,
"I watched a South Korean drama and realized that South Korea is not poor."
It started pulling apart years of state-sanctioned narrative with just that single contradiction. Citizens were pushed into the black markets, forced by the collapse of North Korea's public distribution system during a famine, which is estimated to have killed between 600,000 and 1 million people in the 1990s. These Jangmadang markets established horizontal networks of communication that were only partially visible to the state, like cargo. Information began to flow from traders, ramblings of the border, prices on the Chinese side of things, news flash gossip of another world out there. Early studies into cognitive dissonance, conducted by psychologist Leon Festinger, indicate that when the cost of changing a belief is too great, evidence is rejected instead. The price of doubt in North Korea is not embarrassment, it is prison, work camps, or death. In mid-2014, a UN Commission of Inquiry released findings that detailed the systematic torture of detainees in political prison camps, to which entire families are sent on account of one family member being viewed as disloyal. Normal human beings don't update routine rationality in the face of contradictions which would threaten their survival. It protects itself. If you only know one framework, you cannot really make a choice. The North Koreans, those born after 1980 in particular, grew up without any competing paradigm. As the great scholar B.R. Myers argues in The Cleanest Race, doctrine is not the point of North Korean ideology. It is about rendering the state sentimentally irreplaceable, the wellspring of identity, security, and significance. Even citizens who privately have their doubts hardly ever speak. Inminban, or neighborhood watch units, means that neighbors are watching each other. The UN said the report had documented the case of citizens punished for murmuring in their sleep, as reported by family members. Conformity is not a weakness in this environment. It is intelligence. Only the lie language becomes one of the few. They are people who are doing their best to navigate an impossible system with the tools that are available. The response is empathy, not contempt. The broader narrative in state media is that North Korea needs nuclear weapons to defend itself against imperialist reactionaries who surround it, a small, besieged country, according to state media propaganda. These campaigns are replicated by third-party accounts that spread North Korean state talking points, previously documented by researchers at the Digital Forensic Research Lab as coordinated social media campaigns, when the reality of humanitarian catastrophe is obscured by propaganda, as in this case, where no fewer than 80,000 to 120,000 people are held in political prison camps according to UN estimates. International accountability becomes slower, harder, and less pressing. The North Korea lie does not simply restrict population within this window, and it skews the capacity of the world to respond. If this video raised questions for you, I'd recommend starting with Barbara Demick's Nothing to Envy, or the full UN Commission of Inquiry report, both linked in the description. And if you want to go further, the organization Liberty in North Korea provides direct support to defectors. All sources for this video, with timestamps, are in the description below.